This is a great honor for every fan of the Dallas Cowboys. I'm honored to be in the NFL.
What can I say? Mamba out.
All right, what's happening, everybody? Welcome to the afternoon show presented by ESEN. I'm Chris Gonzalez, joined by Tony Gonzalez and Jay McLovin. How's it going, guys?
Going well.
It's going well. I gotta tell you though, Gonzo, and I know you and by the way, hey, you and Tony are playing each other right now. This is your week to play each other, correct? And I know it's pretty neck and neck. Last time I checked.
Yeah, I'm trying to come back.
Yeah, I knew we were playing each other, but I hadn't looked at the score since yesterday, so I didn't even know what the score was.
I've got one.
You guys are neck and neck.
I think I've got one player. I'm in two different leagues, so it combined. Because in both leagues, I'm down, and in one league, I got two players playing tonight, trying to beat somebody. And in one, I got one player. I think in this league with Chris, I've got two players trying to catch him, if I remember right. And then I'm playing my nephew in the other league, and he's up 17 on me, and I've got one player trying to catch him. So I believe that's what it is. Hey guys, let's jump into some World Series, guys. The Dodgers won the World Series Saturday night, 5-4, extra innings, 11 innings. Great World Series, first of all, guys. I thought it was a fantastic series to watch. Honestly, Toronto probably should have won it. They outplayed the Dodgers, but hey, guess what? They didn't get it. And you guys can maybe tell me, but I would think Yamamoto made history and I could be wrong, but is he the first pitcher to win 3 games in the World Series? Because he won 3 games in that World Series. He won 3 out of 4 games for the Dodgers. He was the winning pitcher. So I'm wondering about that. Of course, Yamamoto got the MVP, which I thought I don't know how you could have given it to anybody else. Jay, your thoughts on the World Series and Yamamoto?
Yeah, my thoughts of the World Series, and I told you this, Tony. I feel like this is the best World Series that I've seen in my own personal life. I can't go beyond 1972. There might have been better ones. I don't know. But I feel like this is the best one. The reason why I say it's the best one is because, number one, it's kind of crazy because Toronto is not exactly the flashiest team to play against LA. But the fact that there was one complete game, there were 2 overtime games, the amount of home runs, I mean, it was just phenomenal. And like you said, Yamamoto winning 3 games as a pitcher, I mean, that's nuts. And the only record that didn't get touched and almost got touched was Reyna's 29 hits in the World Series, or I think in the playoffs altogether, compared to Vlad, who came in at 28. So Vlad was like one off getting that one.
But there was a player on the Blue Jays that got the 29.
Yeah, Clement got it. Clement got it.
Vlad didn't get it, but Clement got it.
Yep, Clement did get it.
Yeah. I mean, that's nuts, guys. I mean, that's why I feel like this is, in my lifetime, I feel like this is the best World Series in terms of all that went on into it.
It's up there. It's got to be. It's definitely one of the best in a long time. Of course, I remember, and I'm a Reds fan, so it's different for me. The fact that and this is not considered a great World Series because the Reds swept the Yankees, but I was there in '76, so it was a great one for me. '75 World Series when we beat the Red Sox. That was a fantastic series. But yeah, this was a great World Series. Chris, your thoughts on Yamamoto and on the World Series?
Well, first of all, before I do that, a total of 14 pitchers have won 3 games in one World Series.
Really?
Yamamoto's, of course,
wow.
the most recent.
When was the last one before Yamamoto?
I was about ready to tell you.
What was the one before Yamamoto?
Are you ready for me to tell you?
Be a dick.
No, I'm not being a dick. I'm trying to say it twice. Both times you said something right as I'm saying it. Seriously, I'm not trying to be a dick. The last one to do it was in 2001. It was Randy Johnson.
Okay.
Oh, the big unit.
He was the last one to do it. But no,
Randy was the man. That dude was awful.
Yeah, Johnson. But I told you in a year that I thought Yamamoto was severely underrated. He's the best pitcher the Dodgers have on that staff. And anybody that thinks otherwise, I don't think you watch enough baseball. He's a lot better pitcher than what Shohei Ohtani is. A lot better pitcher, pitching wise. Yeah, Ohtani can hit, but pitching wise, Yamamoto's the man. Blue Jays should have won the series. Blue Jays outplayed them going into that series. Everybody said the Dodgers were going to win that series because of their starting pitching. They had the best starting pitching ever, is what some people wanted to try to say, which I never agreed with. But they did have a real good starting pitching. But everybody thought that was their advantage. Guess what? The Blue Jays starting pitching outpitched the Dodgers starting pitching.
Yeah.
The Blue Jays done everything they needed to do to win the World Series, but win the fucking World Series.
Yeah.
The Dodgers got every miracle break, like every break in them games. Like when it came down to crunch time, somehow the Dodgers got, like the ball getting stuck in the wall in Game 6. Went for that, there might not even been a Game 7. And then, but it was one of the best World Series I've watched. I'd have to really sit down and think before I could say it is the absolute best. I know it's definitely one of the most entertaining World Series I've watched. I mean, we got the benches cleared in Game 7. I mean, there was stuff happening all the time. It was a great watch. Sadly, I didn't get to see any of the 18-inning game because that was the day I slept for like 48 hours having the flu or whatever. So I didn't get to see that game, but I got to see every other game. But no, it was a great World Series, and Dodgers done what you do, what good teams do and great teams do. Find a way to win, even when maybe they were getting outplayed. But yeah, I really enjoyed the World Series this year.
Big Glenn, your thoughts on the World Series?
That was the greatest Game 7 I've ever seen, and I'll keep it at that.
Okay.
I
just want to say one thing. I feel like I know the rule is the way the rule is, and he played the rule the way the rule is written. He's very smart to put his hands up other than touch the ball. I mean, that was a great IQ play on his part, because if you really weren't paying attention to the rules or thinking about it, you made you touch the ball and the game is over, and they do score those runs. So it's a very heads-up play on his end. I just wish that I feel like the way that rule should be, if it's a ground rule double, means you can't get to the ball. So or if the ball is lodged in there, you can't get it out. So if that ball's in that mat, he can't get it out. Okay, great, down rule double. But I feel like as long as you can grab it, just because it's just touch, I feel like it should count. But that's not the way the rule is written. So he played it their way. I just wish they'd rewrite that rule and
I get what you're saying, Jay. But how do you know if he can go over there and just grab the ball and it's going to easily come out of that wall? How do you know that without going out there and physically checking it?
I guess from what I saw, it was the way there was enough of that ball out there that I can grab it. I could grab that.
It could be wedged in there. I've had a ball get wedged in a drain in center field in a game, and you could see half the ball just like that. If you reach down to grab it, you couldn't pull it out of that drain. So, and if a player just goes and grabs it and can't pull it out, guess what? He's screwed, because now there is no dead ball call. And what I'm saying, you're saying change the rule, but if you just how can you verify 100% whether the ball is lodged or not? Without
I guess the answer to that for me, if you're asking that question, how would I do? I would try to grab it. If I couldn't grab it out, then I'd hold my hands up, have the referee come over and verify that it is indeed stuck like that. Okay. And then we're good. Continue mission.
But no, here's the thing. What if I go grab the ball and I feel it's loose, but I see they're going to score, and I push it down in there, put my weight on it.
Okay, that's replay.
How are you going? But you're not going to be able to say, oh, I stumbled when I went to grab the ball. You're not going to be able to say whether it was already ledged or I wedged it in there. That's what I'm saying. There's too much gray area without having somebody out there right on top of it to inspect it in live time, and you can't.
Well, there's a video going around of a different ball game. I think it was from this year. I could be wrong. Where that kind of happened. The ball looked like it was underneath the fence or the padding or whatever. The umpire ran out there and said no. It was a playable ball. he's doing this, and then the other team is arguing. No, I couldn't get to it. He said, no, that was a playable ball. You could get to it. He immediately ran out there, and while he's running out there, he could see the ball, and he made a call. He was saying it was a live ball, and I believe it happened this year. I don't remember the game. And the other team argued, and the team lost. The outfielders and them lost. They lost the call because the umpire was out there in the play, and he made that call. I seen that video the next day because people were playing it because people were arguing, whether it's the right call or the call.
And Jay, I get what you're saying. I agree. The rule, it ain't the greatest rule, but I don't know how you can change it where it's going to be make it a whole lot better. And the thing is,
I know.
the same ball could be hit probably 100 times, and it might not stick. It might not stick in that wall like that ever again.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, I'm telling you, that was crazy. It was crazy, and it's unfortunate for Toronto, man, because that really could have ended it right there. And we're, but at the same time, they didn't have an overtime game. We all it was good. The whole thing, it was good. Give the Dodgers props. Give the guy that did touch that ball. He knew the rules. Give him props. I mean, it's great. It is what it is. It's next year.
I was going to say the only thing I'm going to give it is the Dodgers the fucking Haterade because fuck the Dodgers.
I was thinking about this. If we go into a lockout, I've heard this thing could be 2 years long. This lockout they're talking about doing. If that happens, what's going to happen to the Dodgers? Because you got to imagine that's no payroll coming in, and they owe $1 billion deferred. I'm wondering how this is going to affect the Dodgers financially if they don't have the money to cover that big payroll that they got.
Okay, guys, let's move on. I've got some hot seat questions we're going to do real quick, and it's for baseball.
Yes.
My first one is, Jay, you'll go first. Do the Dodgers win it again next year?
Wow. Yeah. I think they do. I think everybody's going to come back healthy. I don't see why you don't run it back again. As long as they don't lose anybody and keep the squad intact like it is, hell yeah, I think they got a damn good chance to win it.
Yeah. I mean, they went in as a wild card team. They didn't have home field advantage, and they won it pretty convincingly in the National League side. I mean, don't get me wrong, Toronto give them fits, but on the National League side, nobody really played with them in the playoffs. I mean, I'm just being honest. I think they win it again. That unfortunately, Big Glenn.
Yes, I hate to say it, but yes, they do get it done again next year.
Okay. Hey, Chris, are you there? We'll come back to him. Okay. Yeah, Chris, do the Dodgers win it again next year?
I think they're capable of it, but I don't think they are going to. It's just it's almost impossible to do it 2 years in a row, let alone do it that third year. I mean, they have the players if they can stay healthy, if they can get healthy at the right time of year, like they did again this year. And but I would bet that they don't.
Okay.
That's one super quick follow up. How many for the payroll they've spent, Chris? How many World Series do you think it would take to justify that payroll, or have they already justified that payroll with the back-to-back World Series?
You justify that payroll when you win one World Series, in my eyes. I mean, that's the goal of the game is to win the World Series. That's why they spent the money, and you get one. Now they've got two. I mean, two? Don't they have like 3 in the last 5 years? I mean,
yeah,
they're a dynasty already. And if they can go three-peat, then they're going to be getting talked about as maybe one of the best teams of all time if they do three in a row. So, yeah, I think it's been worth it. Hell, like I said, one World Series would be worth it to me.
Especially since they hadn't won since '88 before 2020. So
yeah, that's true. Okay, guys, next question: is Yamamoto the best pitcher in baseball? Chris,
I think he's the best pitcher in baseball right now.
He impressed me, and I'll be straight up honest with you. I didn't know much about him coming into the playoffs. I seen him pitch a couple times in the regular season. He looked good, but I mean, I wasn't blown away by him. But in the playoffs, it was another level, guys. I think he is. Jay,
you know who he reminds me of, and people are going to think this is weird because he throws a lot harder than him. He reminds me a lot of Greg Maddux. He's a Greg Maddux with more velocity. He has the control of a Greg Maddux, but he has the speed. The dude's. I love watching him pitch. It's if you watch him pitch and you're not amazed by it, like just watch how he hits the corners, like just his location. He's throwing darts up there.
Yeah. Jay, your thoughts?
Yeah, a lot of my wants to talk about Paul Skeens being the best, but the fact that Yamamoto has gone and done complete games on multiple occasions and 3 World Series wins and 1 World Series complete game. I'm right there with Gonzo, man. He's like Maddox, man. So, I mean, and I think Yamamoto, how old is Yamamoto? Is he late 20s, mid 20s? I know he's older than Skeens.
He might be in his 30s.
Yeah. So I think for right now where he's at, yeah, he's definitely the best pitcher in baseball. No argument. And I think Paul Skeens can. He's 27? Yeah. But no, yeah. I mean, as much as I love Paul Skeens, I think he's a great pitcher and screwball, but you can't deny what Yamamoto has done in the major leagues, what he's done this year in the major leagues. So right now, yeah, he's the best.
Big Glenn?
Absolutely. That dude does some heaters.
Okay. Next up, should there be a salary cap? Big Glenn.
Oh, absolutely. I'm not gonna say I'm 1000%.
Okay. Jay?
Yeah, I there should always be a salary cap. I mean, if there's no, I mean that's the reason why you're getting the big contracts like you are for teams that can afford the big contracts versus teams maybe like the A's who can't afford it, or the Tampa Bay Devil Rays or whatever that can't afford it. So I absolutely do think a salary cap. It should have already been in place a long time ago.
Yeah, I agree. Chris?
I mean, I wouldn't be against there being one, but I don't think there ever will be one in baseball. I think you're too far beyond the point of being able to get one in place, because these players are not going to take. They're not going to take that pay cut. Like, and I don't blame them. Like, you're going to tell me these players are going to have to take a big pay cut if they put a salary cap in place.
And you know what? We can blame the Yankees on that when they started handing out that money about 20 years ago to A-Rod and shit.
but we can all say there needs to be a salary cap. But if you go back and look at it, a lot of times the teams that spend the most money aren't the teams that are winning. A lot of times it's these teams that are middle of the payroll or below that are winning. Yeah, the Dodgers have won the last couple of years and they've spent a lot of money. But look how many times that we've seen these teams spend a lot of money and not work. I think it's more about having a ownership that commits to it.
Yeah.
Commits and at least spend the amount of money to be competitive. But I mean, would a salary cap help? Yeah, it would help, but I just don't think it'll ever happen because I just don't think they're ever going to get the players to agree to it.
Yeah,
you might be right. But let me ask you this: what if the Dodgers win it the next? Let's say the Dodgers win it the next 2 or 3 years in a row. Do a 4-peat, 5-peat. People are going to get really tired of it, Chris. Could that destroy baseball fan base?
I don't know. Honestly, I don't think it would because right now baseball's getting more viewership than it ever has, and the Dodgers have won the last 2, so it could. But the thing is, if they try to force a salary cap and they go to a strike,
that would hurt it worse.
Yeah, I mean, look how bad the strike it almost killed baseball last time.
Yeah, and we just now recovering from that.
So I mean, that's what I'm saying. I think it's going to trying to get to the salary cap might cause more damage than just leaving it how it is.
Let me ask you this: if the 2-year strike does come into play, if
baseball
that does happen, and we don't see baseball till 28, is that going to be the death of baseball?
It'll be death of baseball, or if they bring in scabs or whatever you want to call them, that'll be the new league. Because fans will quit watching, especially in this age of betting and everything. Yeah, if once the fans think that it's all about money, you don't care about the game, then yeah, I think it would especially 2 years. I think 1 year. I think if they lose one season, they're in trouble.
I agree too. I do too as well.
You'll have people jumping ship to freaking cricket.
That's not. Oh, Glenn, let's not go that far.
Yeah, I don't know about all that.
I'm just being silly on that one, by the
You
way.
see Gonzo commenting on cricket? They'd be like asleep half the time.
No,
I hit the ball.
No,
He
Crispy-
caught the ball.
Chris
I
be
mean,
watching
how
that.
does that work?
Chris be watching that Korean baseball.
Okay. Was that
Hey,
Cabo or?
I watched a lot of Korean baseball during COVID.
Yep.
It was the only sport on.
Yeah, but banana baseball would pretty much take over, and they kind of already are.
Yeah, banana ball stalls out everywhere.
Guys, next up, my question. I got a couple more. You surprise Major League Baseball team for next year. Somebody you think that could be a contender for the playoffs. Not going to say necessarily the World Series, but somebody that could be a surprise team that could do something next year.
That's
Team on the rise. Let's go to Jay.
Man, you got me on that one. That's that's a good one, Tony. Honestly, I still feel like that's a hard one. I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm thinking Cleveland, or maybe I'm thinking Cleveland. Or I want to say Mets. I still feel like the Mets could be in it.
Fuck the Mets.
I'm gonna go Cleveland on that one. Go ahead.
I'm going to go with the Marlins.
We're gonna go with the Marlins.
Yeah, I like the Marlins. That's who I'm going to go with. Chris, I'm going to take your pick.
Yep, you took the team. You took my team.
Hey, but give me what are y'all hearing about the Marlins that has y'all thinking that direction?
Did you see how they were playing the second half of the season?
Yeah, they played
Yeah.
really well. Almost
Yeah.
for the playoffs. They were in the playoff hunt till I think the last day of the last 2 days of the season.
They were below 500 in the first half of the season and way above 500. But they're
Where are
a
y'all
young team.
watching these Marlin games? I don't get Marlins on my side of the road. I don't get Marlins. Where y'all watching?
I can watch any baseball game I want.
Yeah.
Yeah, same
Okay.
same here. I got the Gonzo sports plan, so
Not
I
just
call it the
sports.
Gonzo sports plan.
Big Glenn is a team you think it might be a surprise team next year.
Oh goodness, I want to say Miami, but obviously when you have a new season and you get some turnover, I can see possibly Miami. I'm just gonna stick with and put my homer hat on for this one. I'll say it's gonna be Cincinnati.
Okay.
Cincinnati gonna win the Central.
Well, I hope so. Chris, did you have anybody besides Miami? He might be back here in a minute. Had one last question. A player who you think could break out and be a star next year in Major League Baseball. Is there anybody that you think, hey man, this dude, maybe he's been, pretty decent, pretty good, but next year he's going to break out. Is there anybody that's standing out to you, Jay?
Well, yeah. I mean, just on my team alone, there's like two rookies that I think are standing out. Obviously, by the way, put Trey Savage having a monster. I still feel like he's gonna have a monster year. If he plays next year like he did, I look at Trey Savage. I look at that young pitcher or that young shortstop / outfielder in Cam Smith that the Astros got. And then they also have another young rookie, Zach. I cannot remember his last name. Hold on, I'm pulling it up right now. His name is Zach Cole. Zach Cole and Cam Smith had incredible seasons in their rookie. But yeah, I think those two, and I think Trey Savage, those would be my three that I'm thinking of.
What about for you, Big Glenn? Anybody stand out to you?
I want to say Savage, but that's the easy way out. I think if Ellie can clean up his errors, I think he would be the guy that would have a breakout year.
Who'd you say again?
Ellie.
Oh, Dela Cruz. Okay. Yeah, man, he's got to clean up the mirror. So yeah, I agree 100% on that. What about you, Chris?
Well, from the Reds, I think it's going to be Matt McClain. He was our best player his rookie year, then missed a whole season because of a shoulder surgery, and then got off to a slow start this year, and then started playing better hitting the ball better toward the end of the year. Defensively, he's the Gold Gloves caliber second baseman. I think he could have a big breakout year next year. But my other guy would be Drake Baldwin, catcher for the Atlanta Braves. He was a rookie, and dude really stood out to me for a rookie as a rookie catcher. I think he could have a big year next year for the Braves.
Yeah, I agree.
Real quick, so hey, Zach Cole, the one I was talking about, he only played 15 games. They brought him at the very end, but in 15 games, he had 47 at bats, 12 hits, 9 runs, 2 doubles, 4 home runs, 11 RBIs, 9 walks, batting .255. So I think next year, under a full season of that, and he bats. He's a left-handed bat too, which is amazing. We need a left-handed bat.
Okay, Chris, did you have anybody else?
No.
Okay. Anything else on baseball, guys? If so, let's do it now. If not, we'll move on to some NFL.
Yeah, let's go to NFL.
Okay, guys. I'm gonna give out the scores and then we'll talk some games. San Francisco defeated the Giants 34-24. Chargers 27, Tennessee 20, Minnesota 27, Detroit 24. Definitely got to talk about that a little bit. New England 24, Atlanta 23. New England got a little lucky there. Atlanta can't hit an extra point. Could have tied the game up late in the game. Pittsburgh 27, Colts 20. Pittsburgh kicked the Colts' ass, especially that defense did, man. Woo. Denver 18, Houston 15. Houston just cannot find a way to put points on the board. Now these two teams, we'll talk about putting points on the board. Chicago 47, Cincinnati 42, in what was one of the craziest games ever. But Chicago had 283 yards rushing in that game, 576 total yards. Crazy. Carolina 16, Green Bay 13. Green Bay had 2 turnovers in the game. Carolina had 163 yards rushing. Hey man, Carolina is 5-4 now. The Rams 34, New Orleans 10. Buffalo do what they normally do at home against Kansas City. They beat them in the regular season, 28-21. Jacksonville hung on and beat the Raiders 30-29. Raiders went for 2 points in overtime to try to win the game and didn't get it. And so Jacksonville hung on. And Seattle with Sam Darnold's 4 TDs all over Washington, 38-14. And looks like Jaden Daniels could be out for quite a while. Guys, the first game I wanted to bring up was let's talk about the New England game. New England won 24-23. Atlanta had a chance to tie it with an extra point late in the game and missed that extra point. And so New England hung on and won. New England had 331 yards of total offense, 110 rushing. But again, New England give up 6 sacks. Man, it seems like they give up 5 or 6 sacks every game. And I just don't know if they're going to be able to win playoff games that way. They've got to fix that offensive line in that way. They did also have 2 turnovers, but they did hold the ball for 34 minutes of that game, so they definitely controlled the game in that way. Atlanta had 288 total yards and only 71 yards rushing, so the running game didn't get going. Jay, your thoughts on the New England-Atlanta game?
Yeah, obviously the offensive line gave up too many sacks. 6 is not good. You figure that's only takes one time to lose Drake May on a bad sack. It's done. So 6 times, I mean, you're really increasing those odds of putting your quarterback at risk of injury. So yeah, that's definitely something they've got to clean up. But I really like the way Drake May responded, even though he was getting sacked that many times. He did throw the 1 pick, but he had 2 touchdowns, almost 260 yards, 102 rating. This is a good day for outing. I mean, for him. Plus, he had 20 yards on 8 carries. So just another good game for him. Demario Douglas, 4 catches, 100 yards. Great day for him as well. So I felt like New England's offense was on point. The defense was hurting. I felt like this New England team should have been able to handle Atlanta a little bit better, but it is what it is. They got the win. New England is showing you that. I still don't think this is their year, but they're still finding ways to win on year 2 of Vrabel, or is it year 1 of Vrabel? Year 1 of Vrabel. So year 1 of Vrabel is looking pretty good.
Yeah, they're definitely ahead of schedule for sure. Big Glenn, your thoughts on the game?
Well, Drake May got 38 points or 36 or 38 points when you fantasy. That's always a great day, especially when you go up against Gonzo. So that it put me up about 30 points on you, man. So it's gonna come down tonight, and I got Brandon Aubrey and Marvin Harrison Jr. So I might be able to play keep away from you much, but yeah, that line for the Patriots, man, it reminds me so much of when Andrew Luck was a Colt, giving up plays, allowing sacks and shit like that. So if they can get it figured out, they will definitely be a AFC title contender.
Okay. Chris, your thoughts on the New England game?
I mean, they won the game. They wasn't like a real impressive win, but they done what you need to do. They found a way to win a game that people think that you should win. I still don't have them up there. I think they'll be a playoff team, but I think it'll be a wild card team, and I think they'll probably be a early exit in the playoffs. Drake May's been outstanding, but if you look at who they've played, they've only beat one team. They've only beat one team that's won more than like 3 games.
Yeah.
So I mean, so they haven't really been tested yet. I'd like to see them get tested a little bit more, but they're definitely in the right direction. And
Yeah.
I definitely think they'll be a playoff team. I think they'll probably finish second in that division. I think the Bills will end up winning that division. But yeah, definitely Vrabel has that team going in the right direction.
Next game, guys, is Minnesota and Detroit. Minnesota winning 27-24. Minnesota only had 258 total yards of offense, but they did have 142 rushing yards. So they really rushed the ball really well in this game against Detroit. Detroit had 305 total yards and only 65 rushing, and that's something Detroit usually kind of hangs their hat on. Their running backs really can run the ball. Not real great, but I think what really hurt them, both teams give up 5 sacks apiece. So the offensive line struggled in that way. But Detroit had 10 penalties, and I think that really hurt them in this game. And Minnesota, a big victory for Minnesota and a big loss for Detroit. Chris, your thoughts on this Minnesota-Detroit game?
Yeah, no, big win for Minnesota, especially with McCarthy making his comeback after being injured. There was times in that game where he looked real good. There was also times in that game where there was a few passes that didn't look real good. But one thing I can say about McCarthy has shown so far in the few games he has played this year is he shows up during crunch time, fourth quarter. Need a first down to ice the game. He makes the throw to do it. He done it earlier as well. Detroit. They got to figure out the run game. They got to figure out being more consistent. One week they'll look like they're the best team in the NFC, and then the next week they look like they couldn't beat anybody in the NFC. They just haven't been the consistent Detroit team that we've seen the last couple of years, and I think they got to get that figured out.
Yeah, Jay, your thoughts?
Yeah, I like Chris said, man. I mean, there's a lot of, or like you said, there's a lot of sacks in that game on both sides of it. They were able to run the ball effectively, and Aaron Jones was averaging 8 yards. I don't know why they only gave him 9 carries. I didn't see this game, so I don't know if he got hurt or what they were doing, but out of 29 times, he only gets the rock 9 times. Averaging 8 yards or 8.7 yards. He had 78 yards, but I think if they'd have given him the ball, 6 or 7 more times, even 8 or 9 more times, I think he would have had even a bigger fantasy day rushing. But Jordan Mason kind of dug in there, and Jordan Addison kind of got 1 carry for 16. But I think Minnesota, if you can run the ball effectively, you can grind the clock, and that's exactly what they needed to do against a team like Detroit. Because they know that Detroit, that offense is crazy. So the fact that you can run the ball effectively, keep them off the field, that's going to better your chances. And it's a good win for Minnesota. And Detroit needs to do a little bit better job stopping the run on that damn defense.
Yeah, most definitely. Big Glenn?
What was the game again?
Minnesota and Detroit.
Oh, yes, that's right. Man, I was surprised that Minnesota ended up pulling this one out and stuff because it's just a great game all around, really.
Okay. Next up, guys, Pittsburgh 27, Indianapolis 20. Man, this game came down to turnovers. The Colts had 6 turnovers in this game, and Pittsburgh's defense was fantastic. They knocked the offensive line around that whole game. Um, Offensively, we did some stuff late. We did have 368 total yards of offense, only 55 yards rushing, which is definitely a great job by Pittsburgh. Uh, Pittsburgh only had 225 yards total offense, and only 38 yards rushing. But if you get 6 turnovers, you make the things a lot easier for your team if you can get all those turnovers. So a big win for Pittsburgh. Again, I thought Pittsburgh's defense was the star of the game, and they put all kinds of pressure on the Colts offensive line and on the quarterback. And offensive line has played great this year until this game. Colts always plays terrible at Pittsburgh. They're our kryptonite. We do okay at home against them, but boy, we sure don't at Pittsburgh. So a big win for Pittsburgh. Definitely a big win for Pittsburgh. And I think maybe a good loss for the Colts. Hey, let's we're not what we still got some work to do. Chris, your thoughts on this game? Maybe. Okay,
I'll go ahead and go.
Okay, go ahead, Big Lynn.
Yeah, man. This was a lot fun to watch, man. Because once you seen J.J. Watt get to Daniel Jones before it's that sack or turnover, whatever the hell it was, you can see I was going to go downhill from there. At the end, and besides the COVID year, we haven't won in Pittsburgh, but only one at a time. Of all the years that we played them, only once. So.
Okay, Chris, okay, go ahead. Go ahead, Glenn.
Yeah, that was good to go.
Okay, Chris, your thoughts on the Colts Pittsburgh game?
Pittsburgh's defense finally showed up for a game for them. Colts, we played our first bad game of the season. Colts offensive line was terrible yesterday. These people that want to say the Daniel Jones turn back into the old Daniel Jones. If you watched that game yesterday and think that was all Daniel Jones' fault, you shouldn't be watching football. We couldn't run the ball because our offensive line we couldn't run block, and we couldn't pass protect. And most quarterbacks, if you throw the ball 50-something times, you're going to lose a game. Daniel Jones had 50 pass attempts yesterday because we got down because of the turnovers. But the offensive line, our offensive line has been one of the best offensive lines all season, and offensive line didn't show up yesterday.
That's the genius hit.
But the people that think that this just exposed the Colts and show the Colts ain't no good. Show me one loss the Colts have this year against a team under 500. And there's a lot of these teams everybody wants to say are the best teams in the NFL that have got beat by teams that have records below 500. We beat the teams we should, and we've been beating teams over 500. We lost one yesterday. There's only been one team ever to win every game and win a Super Bowl, and that's been a long time ago. I'd much rather lose a game yesterday and beat Pittsburgh in the playoffs. And like Glenn said, we ain't won a game in Pittsburgh forever. I know I wasn't on the show much last week, but Dad, I talked to you earlier in the week, and everybody I talked to around here all knew I didn't feel good about going in that game Sunday at all.
I was worried.
I was worried about it because, even going back to when Peyton Manning was a Colts quarterback, you have to go back that far the last time the Colts would at Pittsburgh, and we did very, very good most times in Pittsburgh with Peyton Manning.
Yeah, we definitely just got outplayed. That's just all it is. Pittsburgh outplayed us, and their defense knocked us off the ball. That's the way it is.
Not going to win many games, turning the ball over 6 times.
No, not at all. Jay, your thoughts?
Yeah, I'm my best in this green voice. They are who we thought they were. Dog water. I'm kidding. I just want to say that to see if I can piss Gonzo off a little bit more, but no. I'm teasing you, Gonzo. You had a bad game. It is what it is. Everybody has a bad game. You just had a bad game. Steelers defense, they came to play. Offense like you said, Gonzo, offense for you guys. No one has been pretty good all season. They had an off night. Daniel Jones, 3 interceptions. I think he had a fumble, 5 turnovers. Yeah, you can't win a game when you're turning it over 5 times. The 45 yards that Jonathan Taylor gave you. Yeah, a lot of that's because of the offensive line. He looked very pedestrian-like. It's just a bad game. Overall, you guys had a bad game, and Steelers do have a good defense. I'll tell you who had a bad game too, and it was DK Metcalf.
Yeah, he did.
It's only 2 damn points. Damn, DK, you can't get one more catch.
No, you're quarterback.
0.8, Jay, man, that's crazy as hell, man.
Hey, and I will say this real quick, because I've seen a lot of Colts fans talk about how bad we lost that game because our defense is so bad. If you think that's why the Colts lost that game yesterday, you need to pick a new team to root for.
Yeah.
I mean, the Colts defense played their asses off to only give up 27 points when you turn the ball over 6 fucking times. Like,
yeah. I mean,
our
we
defense kept us in the game.
I would like to add for $5.99 payable to Gonzo Sports Room in a super chat. Gonzo will tell you those that he thinks you should grab. Just saying, $5.99. That's all it costs, and Gonzo will tell you exactly who you should grab.
You know what?
Our defense kept us in that game. They gave us a chance.
No, don't give out too much information. $5.99 gets you all you want to know. You don't know how to do that. You got to give a teaser, but don't give them too much.
Yeah.
You know the team I send those fans to, Gonzo? I was sending to freaking Jacksonville.
All right, guys. Got another game here. Buffalo 28, Kansas City 21. Buffalo had 404 total yards and 141 yards rushing. They also controlled the ball with that rushing, with having the ball for 34 minutes of the game. Kansas City had 305 total yards, only 79 rushing, and they also had a turnover. Buffalo just outplayed them. Buffalo looked like the better team. Of course, I believe that game was at Buffalo, so that's not real unusual. And it's a regular season game. Hey, Buffalo can beat Kansas City in the regular season, but they struggle with them in the playoffs. And we'll see. But Kansas City had looked good the last couple of games. Buffalo had a good game plan, and they outplayed them. Chris, your thoughts?
Okay, the score of that game was closer than what that game ever felt like it was.
Yeah.
It felt like Buffalo was in control of that game from the start. I agree with you. Buffalo beats them in the regular season. That's why I picked them. But I do think this was a real big win for the Bills, because if you do have to play the Chiefs in the playoffs and want to beat them, you have a hell of a lot better chance doing it in Buffalo than you do in Kansas City. So getting this win and trying to make sure you're a higher seed than them, and hopefully in their eyes they're going to try to get that number 1 seed is what they're going to go after. But yeah, so I think it was a big win for Buffalo in that aspect. Is you have a lot better chance if it does come down to you in Kansas City, which I don't think that's who it's going to come down to. But if it does, you have a lot better chance at home than on the road. But yeah, but to me, like I said, that score was closer than what that game really was, because if you watch that game, Buffalo just felt like Buffalo was going to win that game from the beginning, and they pretty much controlled it.
Yeah, I agree. Jay?
Yeah, I watched bits and pieces of this game. I was watching actually a couple of different games, but I know they got two touchdowns. I'm talking about the Chiefs. They got 2 touchdowns rushing. But where did the third touchdown come from? They didn't get it receiving, and I didn't see one on their defense.
Did Mahomes run one in?
Well, if they would have done that,
Mahomes didn't run one in. He missed it by a yard. I'd have won some money if that cocksucker would have got in. So they got a touchdown from Rashee Rice, and then Bucker hit a field goal, making it 10. And then Ty Johnson did a rush. Okay, so that was okay.
No, hey, they hit a 2-point conversion.
Yeah.
They only had 2 touchdowns.
That's what was messing me up. Okay, I was like, dang, where the hell did they get?
Yeah,
Okay.
Mahomes broke free on that run and got tackled at the 1 yard line. He gets that 1 yard. I win $300. I had Dalton Kincaid for a touchdown and Mahomes for a touchdown in a parlay. Kincaid got his touchdown real quick, and all I needed was Mahomes to get a rushing touchdown because he usually always does against the Bills.
Yep.
And
Yeah.
he didn't get it. But I did hit a parlay yesterday, so that would have just been a bonus on top anyway. But
Nice.
Jay, do you have any more on that game?
No, the only thing I wanted to say is Buffalo got another good win over the Chiefs. I love seeing a defeated Patrick Mahomes. I did see his news conference. He looks so defeated, and I love that. We love seeing a defeated Patrick Mahomes.
And Big Glenn, your thoughts?
I tell you what, man, it's about time Josh Allen finally had a good game under his belt, man, because he's been slow to start so far this season. Great to see Buffalo get the win over Kansas City, but let's see how they do against Kansas City in the playoffs. It would be obviously it could be a different story, or the Buffalo could actually beat Kansas City in the playoffs. And honestly, I would love to see it.
Okay, guys, let's jump into some Monday Night Football. We have Arizona at Dallas. Jay, let's go to you first. How are you feeling about this game tonight with Arizona? I've seen some very different takes. I've seen some people that think Dallas is going to kick their ass. I've seen some people think that Arizona's offense and will run the football on Dallas and control this game and beat Dallas. So what's your thoughts?
Yeah, offensively, I like us. Like I said, if you look at everything except for the touchdowns, now I think touchdowns, I don't know if we have number one in that, but I do know that we have the number one offense in the NFL, but we also have the last place defense in the NFL. So you got the best of one, and then you got the worst of the other. So it's like one cancels out the other. But I do believe that we have enough to take out the Arizona Cardinals. I think Arizona is in a disarray right now offensively. I think between Kyler Murray, Marvin Harrison Jr., and trying to get that connection to do what that connection was designed to do just hasn't, in my opinion, come to fruition like it should. Connor, I think, is still out. Benson is still on the I reserve. So I think you got Carter, and I think some other dude over there running the ball. I just don't think they have enough offensively to take out Dallas. So I'm going to go with Dallas. I think it'll be a close game, but I think Dallas gets the win in Arizona.
Yeah, that's going to be the question. Can they score enough offense? But Jay, Murray's not playing, I don't believe. I think Brissett's going to play. And
So
actually,
getting okay.
So actually, I'm going to be honest with you. I think they've looked better with Brissett. Brissett has a better connection with Harrison than Kyler does. And but the crazy thing about Arizona, I know they've lost 5 times this year. They've lost those 5 games by a total of 13 points. So I mean, they could be a completely different team. They've got a pretty good defense. They've got a decent defense. Arizona's a better team than what people think. But that's the way people are going to look at you when your record's like 2-5. I mean, they don't look at the fact that you've lost 5 games by 13 points. I mean, but they are a competitive team. But I kind of agree. I don't know if Arizona can score enough points against Dallas's offense. So I'm going to go with Arizona also. With Dallas also. Chris, your thoughts? Okay, let's go to Big Glenn. Okay, let's go back to Chris.
Go ahead, Chris.
My bad, I was coughing as I was
Okay. That's fine.
What did you get it out of your mouth? Is your mouth good? Are you everything?
I think the Arizona Cardinals win this game. I really do. If you look, the Cardinals have lost 5 games, all by 1 possession. But 4 of those losses are to all teams that have winning records and would be in the playoffs right now. They lost to Seattle by 3 points. Yeah. Looks like they might be the best team in the league. They lost to the Colts by 3 points. They lost to the Packers. That everybody, even though the Packers still keeps finding ways to lose games, everybody still thinks they're the best team in the NFC. But I mean, and Arizona has played better with Brissett than they have Murray. Arizona's defense is tough. If they can just make a couple plays on the outside, I think Arizona has a good chance of winning this game tonight.
What about Mac Jones could do with an offense like Arizona with Marvin Harrison over there? I bet that would be a good little fit. I guess my point is, I wonder how long Arizona continues to rival Kyler before they do make a change and go a different direction. Right? Maybe Kyler's
Adam Schefter reported this morning that there could be some kind of change maybe after this season, and he actually kind of hinted that Kyler Murray might move to baseball.
Damn.
Really?
It kind of got hinted out there that he could maybe transition over to baseball.
Kyler Murray.
Is he a
Kyler
pitcher?
Murray.
Is he positional or what is he?
Remember, I'm pretty sure he was a shortstop, if I remember right, maybe. But he was the number 1 pick in baseball
Yes,
as well.
I remember that.
The top 5 pick in baseball. I mean, he was one of the first ones to be top 5 pick in both.
So if he did that, he would probably go to I'm assuming he'd probably go like AAA and work his way up and see if he makes it to the bigs.
I mean, I'd have to look into it because I think I can't remember who he got drafted by. So whoever he got drafted by, I think would have first rights to him. If I
Well,
think.
is there a limit on years on that? I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not. That's what I'm saying. I'd have to look into it before I could give you a more accurate answer.
Yeah.
Okay.
Murray's not the answer in Arizona.
No. Like when the Colts played him, Jay, you can ask. I think I told Glenn, but Dad, all of us, even on the way to the game, I was more worried that Brissett was playing. I wanted Murray to play. I didn't want Brissett to be the quarterback for the Cardinals that day.
And sure enough,
it worried me more that Brissett was playing.
yeah,
Oakland A's. Oakland A's.
I thought it was
2018.
A's.
Yeah.
I thought it was A's that drafted him, but I don't know how long how that works now, since it's been so many. You know what I mean?
I mean, I would imagine he's got to go to the minors first, see what he has in the minors, and then you would bring him up. I mean, if you threw him straight into the majors, that would be. I don't know if that. I mean, that's like that'd be like a disaster.
Yeah. Big Glenn, your thoughts on tonight's game?
Man, it goes back to what Gaza was saying. Arizona is sneaky dangerous. We've already seen him here in Indy already, you know. But I think the Cowboys win by 4, though.
I think it'll be a close game.
Yeah, it will be. It'll be like 24-20. You know, it'll be something small, like not crazy. It won't be like that 44 points that whoever we hung up on this year. Hey guys, who we put 44 up on this year? I forget who it was. I want to say it was the Giants, but I think it was the Giants.
I'd have to.
I think the key for Dallas is to be able to run the football. I think they've got to have success running the football against Arizona. And I think if they do that, they'll again. I think it'll be a close game, but I think Dallas wins.
Dallas needs to run the football and control time and possession so they can keep their defense off the field.
Exactly.
That's
truth.
Yes.
That's
truth. Literally,
that's how the Colts beat the Arizona.
When's the deadline? When's trade deadline? I know it's
Tomorrow
coming
at
up.
4.
Yeah, tomorrow at 4. Jesus, man, we're up against it. I know Dallas has tried to get a rusher, but everybody that they've called has said, nope, we're keeping our guys. So, yeah.
Maybe if Jared Jones can offer a sale on the used car or something, maybe somebody be interested.
Well, guys, that's all I have for today. Do you guys have anything else before we get out of here?
I just want to say, man, one thing and one thing only. And I'm going to say this to Zach Ertz. I'm going to say this to Seattle's defensive coordinator. And I'm going to say this to Cliff Kingsbury and Dan Quinn. I want all these people to listen to what I'm about to say. You're all assholes to me. Every one of you are assholes. And I don't know why you can't give one more pass to Zach Ertz and give him my 3 damn yards. Why are you going to pull him and put him on the sideline? I know why you pulled him, but that's selfish. It's selfish looking out for his interests and not the interests of fantasy football owners. I think it's time that fantasy football owners rise up, elect a spokesman, and we need to say something to correct this. This is some bullshit. 5 damn minutes and you can't get 3 yards? Come on.
Should have pulled Jalen Daniels.
Yeah.
Almost ripped my damn.
So my thing is I'm not going to be standing up rising up for fantasy football because I'm going to sit down on that 0.08 or 0.8 or however it was that he lost by.
Real quick, because we didn't talk none today. College football.
Oh yes,
we was going to do that tomorrow.
Yeah. Shit. Okay.
Well, the first college football playoff bracket comes out tomorrow night. That was
I thought it was tonight. Today.
Is it tonight? I thought it was Tuesday night. It might be tonight.
Yeah.
I might be a day off.
Then perfect. When we talk tomorrow. Oh, don't forget. Hey, real quick. So we got the nighttime show tonight, and I'm pretty sure to answer your question, me and Gonzo and Glenn, if you want to hang out and Tony want to hang out,
Yeah.
you know what? Come to the evening show, and tonight we're gonna talk college football.
I should be getting home from the Pacer game tonight at that time. So.
And that show goes down at 10 Eastern, 9 Central. Tony?
Yep. Everybody have a good day. We appreciate everybody watching.